guys, come on, you'd have known that I was going to do this video right at the end of this playlist. We are doing a Missingno solo run today to round out the Gen 1 solo runs. We are finally at the end of Gen 1 solo running on this channel. Missingno is the glitch Pokemon from Gen 1, and I think it's very aptly named that the very first sub I ever had was one of my best friends, and that is Wacko Goldfish. So he's going to be the rival to round out this playlist. Let's have a chat about Missingno. It is actually classed as the bird type Pokemon, which isn't a type of Pokemon that exists anywhere else. It is literally just Missingno that has this type in. I mean, it's technically bird normal, but either way. Now, the way to obtain a Missingno, it varies depending on the version. You can do the old man glitch, but that means you have to be very far into the game to actually do that. So the way we're going to do it is actually just use Game Shark codes to hack it in. Yes, we are going to actually hack it in. We're not going to do it sort of legitimately by doing the old man glitch, but I want to make sure we have this from the very start. So the basically the way to do this, once you've picked your starter Pokemon, and I watched a few videos, a few people started off with Cubone because of the index number that it had. But once we've gone and picked up Oak's parcel, returned it back to him, we'll go back and up to the north of Viridian City, and we'll hack in our Missingno to actually get it. Now, Missingno is extremely unique. It has got the weirdest base stats spread that I've ever seen in my life. It's got 136 attack, which is more than Dragonite's. Technically, this Pokemon's got the highest base attack in this entire generation. It's got 33 HP, 0 defense, 6 special, and 29 speed. Yeah, it's really bad. We're going to hack in some Master Balls to get it because Missingno also has ridiculously high catch rate. So once we've done that, we've put in the code, we can pick up our Missingno, and you will see some real weird oddities in this entire video, like completely weird oddities. It is very, very strange to use this Pokemon. So once we've caught it, we've now got our starter Pokemon. It's at level 3, which is never a good thing because that means we also need to... Oh my god, look at the sprite. It doesn't even have a profile picture. Look at the sprite. This is going to be a weird run. See, apart from just having a weird stat spread, it also has a very, very weird starting moveset. It has Water Gun twice, and then has Sky Attack, 140 base, flying type move. And you're going to see here how weird this run actually is, because everything starts glitching out properly. Like, I mean, look at that. The Weedle's sprite is reversed. Usually it's facing the other way. Now, this time it is facing... Every other Pokemon faces the other way, and they also glitch out on screen. It's hilarious. Even the trainer sprites also glitch out properly throughout this fight. Even our trainer profile sprite glitches out. And you'll probably never see the same sprite of Missingno the same, because I'm pretty sure what it does, it actually utilizes different like parts of the sprite pixels from different Pokemon to try and build up what it thinks is there. Very unique. And to be honest, I'm glad that this game exists to have glitches like this, because it's just interesting. It's funny as well. What is really bad about Missingno as well is the fact that it has an incredibly slow level up growth. So that means, yeah, even though we're level 3, it takes ridiculous amounts of experience to even get up 1 level. And also, because we have 0 base attack and majority of things in the early game are physical attackers, we're going to die a lot. So it's going to take a lot of grinding to get through all the way up to Brock. We managed to get through Viridian Forest at level 4, and that is pretty much through pure luck. We can tank a couple of hits from low level bug Pokemon, but still, it's not that great. So even before we go against the rival on the west of Viridian, we had to level up all the way to level 9. And it's a good thing we have a ridiculously high attack stat, because as long as we can tank a hit from each Pokemon, we can set up Sky Attack, which will pretty much be a one-shot on most Pokemon at this stage in the game. So once we can beat the rival, we can head down, well, back up to Pewter City, and, you know, let's see how we do against the Light Years trainer. But the big problem in this fight for a Missingno is the fact that Diglett doesn't have any other attacking moves apart from Scratch. So it will get 2 hits in before the Sandshrew comes out, and the Sandshrew's got another Scratch move to use. So going against the Light Years trainer probably isn't the move here. Let's go straight for Brock. So going against Brock has its benefits as a Missingno, because we do get Water Gun as a move. But it's going to take a couple of Water Guns to even take down a Geodude, and that doesn't leave us with a lot of HP for the Onix, who has higher attack. and can also crit you. So yeah, I went up another level or two here to get all the way up to the base level of his Geodude, level 12. With Water Gun, we can at least two-shot the Geodude. The Onix, on the other hand, basically we're hoping that it goes for Bide. But it doesn't in this attempt, and we need to give it another go. So I do think it's possible at level 12, it's just the RNG that we need to get. So this time around, we've got 20 HP to deal with on the Onix, and hopefully he doesn't get a 2-turn Bide, but we managed to take him out of 2 Water Guns. So there is the very first badge, one with a Missingno. So, what does Missingno actually stand for? Well, it stands for missing number. It's a very famous glitch from Gen 1, and typically what you would do is you would talk to the old man in Viridian City, then go over to Cinnabar Island and surf up the the right side, right next to the land of Cinnabar Island, next to the gym. That would then glitch it so that Missingno would appear as a fightable enemy, and you can catch it, which is it just glitches your game. And I'm pretty sure most of you know that like I think it was like the 6th item in your bag would then duplicate ridiculous amount of times, so you could do the rare candy glitch a lot there. Our TM moveset is pretty much what we are going to be relying on for the majority of this run. Sky Attack is a decent move, but with it being 2-turn, it gives them more of a chance to actually work. So thankfully we actually can pick up Mega Punch in Mount Moon, and that makes this run so much easier. With our ridiculously high attack stat, it's pretty much a one-shot on anything that is not resisted to normal type moves at this point. Yes, we are very over-leveling for this point in the game, and we are definitely going to need to do that until a certain point moving in. The Rockets in Mount Moon are a problem when they've got a lot on their team, because we need to be able to tank attacks, and one single tackle is doing a hell of a lot on us. We can get through it with Mega Punch though, and we are going to make sure that we take restorative items like potions to get through this. And the Super Nerd, not going to be too much of a problem, because these are some of the few Pokemon, like the slow poison types, some of the few Pokemon we can actually outspeed in this run. Base 29 speed is absolutely awful, and that is going to really bite us in the arse later down the line. Our TM moveset though is pretty good, but with us only having a 6 base special, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be using many special type moves throughout this run. We are going to be going pure physical Missingno here. And there's a big problem about having a very high attack stat. You saw that confusion damage nearly one-shot us. So let's see how this goes. Honestly, if you do get a chance to do a Missingno run, I definitely recommend it. It is fun. You see so many oddities that you would never see in a Pokemon Blue game or a normal Pokemon Blue run. And strangely, this time around, the sprites haven't reversed themselves in the Misty fight, but special damage is just tearing us apart. We had to go up to level 22 before Mega Punch was a one-shot on Staryu, but Bubble Beam and Water Gun are nearly a one-shot on us from the Starmie. Basically, what we're hoping for is good RNG, really. We want him to use an X-Defend, we want him to use Tackle, because we can, strangely, Tackle will just not one-shot us, it will just about do about a third of our damage. And we've managed to beat Misty at level 24. We pick up the Bubble Beam TM just because it's better than Water Gun, might as well use it while we can. And then we try the rival on Nugget Bridge, and this is a hard fight. I mean, I did beat it first time, but it's still a hard fight. Any attack that comes physically is just going to tear us apart. Thankfully, we actually can outspeed the Squirtle at this level. We are level 25, we are massively over-leveled, but we definitely are going to need it. Trust me, you will see the end level there in time. We definitely needed the levels early game. One thing that really made me sad about this run though is, even though we can get a lot of physical type normal moves, we can't learn TM08, and that makes me sad. Very last video for this playlist, and we can't learn Body Slam. Put some love in the comments for me, because that makes me sad. But Mega Punch, even though it only has 85% accuracy, is still a decent move to be using. It's got 80 power. It doesn't induce paralysis, but that's not a problem. We did pick up the Seismic Toss TM just because we do know there are Ghost types coming up later in this run. And we beat the rival after quite a few tries on the SSN. Once we picked up HM01 Cut, we can progress on to the third gym. And this is a problem because even though we're technically a bird type, electric type damage will do decent output on us. It's, yeah, not something we really want to see. But the AI does not understand the bird type, so I mean they will not prioritize their stronger electric type moves. Pikachu, as you can see there, went for Quick Attack. Raichu went for Thunder Shock. If it went for Thunderbolt, we would have lost straight away. But still, we actually get a first time win against Surge. It is due to overlevel. We are already in our level 30s, but the sprite there changed to an old man. The same old man that's in this Pokemon Center. That's funny. That progresses us on to Rock Tunnel, and Rock Tunnel has its own problems. One, of course, is going to be trainers like the Rapping Lassie, who's got a lot of Pokemon on her team. So hopefully we can outspeed some of these and take them down straight away, which thankfully we can because we've over-leveled. Yes, I know it's a kind of a cop-out always saying, oh, if you can get past this, you just over-level. Yeah, it's a bit of a cop-out, but at the same time, you go try this Missingno run and tell me it's possible at this level cap. Either way. The Exploding Hiker, thankfully his Pokemon are very slow, so we can outspeed and Bubble Beam our way to victory very comfortably. But next challenge comes the Lavender Tower rival, and he's finally got... Well, actually, he doesn't have a Gyarados on this one because we started him off with a Squirtle. So that means he's got different Pokemon to contend with. He's got a Growlithe here, thankfully. He's got an Execute, which, not really a problem. And the Kadabra. Actually, we are tearing his team apart here. This is the first time win. And we're just a couple pixels on a screen. Once we've beaten the rival, we can progress over to Celadon City and pick up some new moves. We actually can learn the HM Fly, but I'm not going to learn it because there is one very key move that we are going to get here, which will make this run infinitely easier. And it's not Ice Beam. For once, it is not actually Ice Beam. It's going to be the game changer. We actually want the TM for Tri Attack. Reason for that? All normal type moves in Gen 1 are physical, which takes advantage of our 136 attack stat, and it's 100% accurate, which means far better than Mega Punch in this scenario. We can, as soon as we can use Tri Attack, we won't outspeed all of Erica's Pokemon, and Petal Dance will do a lot of damage, but one hit is all we need. This thing is the definition of a glass cannon. It can hit hard, it doesn't hit fast, and all it needs is one chance to get a hit in and actually get the win. That's all it needs, is one Tri Attack to get it in to win. We do pick up Double Edge just in case we need it because it is more powerful and it does have better well, it's got the same accuracy as Tri Attack, but that recoil damage probably will hit us extremely hard. We get on to Giovanni, and yeah, one bite from his Kangaskhan just completely wrecked us there. So we need to try that again. So Ice Beam is decent to go against these rocks and ground types. It will take out the Onix. It won't... Oh, it does actually take out the Rhyhorn from this level. And then comes in the Kangaskhan. We're hoping for a move that isn't Bite, really, but Bite this time doesn't do anywhere near as much damage. And one Tri-Attack gets us the win. Yeah, I didn't think in the very last video of this entire playlist that I would be using Tri-Attack as my main attacking move. I've seen barely any usage throughout this entire playlist and all the Gen 1 solo runs, but you know what? I'm not complaining whatsoever. That brings us over to Lavender Tower, and a big problem being the ghost types. Because we're a physical attacking Pokemon, so Seismic Toss is pretty much the best move we've got there. We could have picked up Psychic in Saffron City, but I don't know, I don't think Psychic's going to really help us out on this run when we've only got base 6 special. Once we've flushed out all of the rockets in Lavender Tower though, the game opens up, and there is no way in hell I'm going to Silphco first. We are going to be going down to Fuchsia City, pushing our way through the barriers because we actually stole that bike, and we're going to head into Koga's gym. Now Koga's gym has its own problems. It's got fast psychic type trainers that are in here, not poison types, and we're already in the mid 40s before we even get to this point here. Thankfully we can outspeed Drowsies, and this guy's got quite a lot of them. We do get... You might notice that we are starting to level up quite quickly now, and that is because of the slow level up group. You start off earning very, very little experience and leveling up very, very slowly. But once you hit a certain point in the game, your level starts spiking really, really quickly. So that's why we're not going against as many optional fights from this point on. We just got no need to. Koga is actually a big problem. We can't take out his Weezing in one hit. And if he doesn't use Sludge, he's going to use Self-Destruct. And considering it's a solo run, if we get taken out by that, yeah, we're going to lose pretty quickly. We get up to level 49 here on our next attempt, And we're hoping for the tri-attack to one-shot the Muck, but it's not one-shotting at this point because Muck has very good defenses. That brings in the Weezing, and yeah, as I said, self-destruct because of our 0 base defense means we're going to take a one-shot KO there. So we need to try this again. We need better luck, and my god, getting hit to 20 HP from a sludge is not what you want to be seeing. Can we get a... well, critical hits are going to be extremely unlikely in this run because we're having very low base speed and critical hit chances being based on your base speed. Yeah, we get a very lucky Smog Miss to get us a win against Koga. That means we can go and pick up HMO for Surf, and we can pick up HMO for Strength. And we're all set to go over to Cinnabar Island. But before we go to Cinnabar Island, I need to go and get my ride Pokemon, so we need to go to Saffron City and see how we do there. Saffron City has its own problems, and I forgot to go and get another freshwater. Once we've got that again, we can go back into Saffron City. We can pick up the Psychic TM just in case there's a use case for it. And we will progress into Silph Core. Now, Silph Core, we are going to go straight up to floor 10 because the second best move that we can learn on this entire run is going to be here, and that is Earthquake. Earthquake is going to be so crucial to this run when we get into the late game, when we go against the likes of Agatha, when we go against Bruno even. It's going to be a very crucial move. Once we pick up the card key, we're going to progress down and go back to floor 3, where we can go against the rival. And this is going to be a hard fight. Let's see how we do here. He's going to start off with his Pidgeot, and we don't want to see a Wing Attack, which of course comes out straight away, but thankfully Wing Attack only has 35 power in this generation. Very weird, but it makes it easier for us because it doesn't really do much damage to us. The majority of Pokemon are going down to one-shots apart from the Blastoise, and that's not good. We get taken down by a Water Gun. So do we need to level up? Yes, we do. We need to go to level 52. Yes, we still can't tank attacks very, very well, but our speed has increased a little bit, enough to take out the majority of the Pokemon without even getting hit. Thankfully, his Alakazam as well went for Disable. If it had gone for any attacking type moves, we would have been one-shot completely. Thankfully, we can also tank Bubbles quite well, and we managed to get through the rival's Blastoise with 2 hits. That means we can finally get our Lapras, and Cinnabar opens up to us, but we're going to go and take on Giovanni first for the last time in Silph Core. He has got a much better team here, but as long as we can outspeed, which we can't against the Nidorino, we can't against the Kangaskhan, and we don't even one-shot with Earthquake. Okay, this isn't looking great. We're at half HP. Ice Beam isn't even a one-shot on the Rhyhorn, but we do get a lucky freeze. And then Final Earthquake on Nidoqueen is super effective, so we do get a one-shot kill. That is Silph Core completed with a Missingno, and the Missingno sprite there changed to our rival's sprite. It just must know that it's mocking him right now. Anyway, that brings on the next gym, and of course that is Sabrina. Sabrina is difficult. This took me a lot of tries because a Lee Kadabra always did over half damage with his very first hit. And then we would also get Stun Spore by the Venomoth, and that brings us into the Alakazam, where it would just finish us off with a Side Beam or Psychic. So what do we need to do different? Well, we've gone up to level 58. This is probably one of the highest levels I've had to try and beat Sabrina at. And we got much better RNG against our first 2 Pokemon. Majority of them decided not to go for the best moves, and even the Alakazam went for Psywave. This was completely down to good RNG and the moves that Sabrina randomly uses. With 6 gym badges in tow, that means we can head over to Cinnabar Island. And Cinnabar Island, there's a few things we can pick up here. We can pick up the Blizzard TM, which I don't know if I'm actually going to use because Ice Beam having better accuracy. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to stick with that, but we need to go through the Burnt Mansion and pick up the secret key. Now, Secret Mansion here, you don't actually need to go against any trainers here to get through it. You can get through in about a minute just from following this path that I'm doing right now. You can pick up some rare candies. There are 2 here that I know of off the top of my head. One that's obviously on the ground, and another one's just off to the left there in the top corner. So, once we have dug out, we are going to head straight for Blaine, and we are not going to go against any of his trainers because we are quite high leveled as we are right now. And to be fair, I'm going to show you that I know the answers to these questions for the very last time. I have done a few videos where I get these questions wrong and having to go against some of the optional trainers, but I'm trying to recuperate some time from the early game here because we lost a lot of time to Brock and Misty. Once we've answered all the questions right, even Tombstoner, which isn't a move, we can go against Blaine. And Blaine's not too much of a problem, really. Basically what we're hoping for, we actually can outspeed his Growlithe and Ponyta. Well, we can't outspeed the Ponyta, but we get incredibly good luck. We get all the way through to his Arcanine at level 60 because even though I'm only going against mandatory fights, our levels are skyrocketing right now. And we managed to beat him first time without taking any damage, and that's impressive for a Missingno, I've got to be honest. That means we can head back over to Viridian City, and from here, not too much of a problem to deal with this last gym. We've got 2 mandatory trainers we need to fight against here, and of course that's the guy with the Rhyhorn, and the Dojo guy who's got a Machop and 2 Machoks. Or is it 2 Machops and 1 Machop? I can never remember. Let's find out in this fight anyway. Once we've beaten these guys, we can go against Giovanni for the 8th badge, and then progress on to the Pokemon League. And the Pokemon League is scary for this Pokemon. It is a very scary league challenge for this Pokemon. Either way. Before that, we can't do that until we got Giovanni's badge. Let's see how we do. So Giovanni, of course, has got a Rhyhorn as his lead. We're going to go for Earthquakes because of our whopping attack stat. And we'll just sweep through his team with as much Earthquaking as we can. And for some reason, Giovanni just doesn't know what's happening here. It takes till his 4th Pokemon before we actually see an attacking move. Earthquake is also a one-shot on Rhydon, and we get a very easy 8th badge. This has been an interesting run so far. If you ever decide to do a Missingno run, honestly, go for it because it's just a fun run that is so out of the ordinary in Gen 1. And it is, like, it is fun. It is very fun. You're going to see a lot of oddities like the sprites and such. Anyway, let's see how we do against the rival just before the league. Let's see how Wacko does here. So Pidgeot out first. Tri-Attack is going to be a one-shot. Rhyhorn's out next and we can outspeed it, so 1 Earthquake gets us the win there. We Earthquake the Growlithe and we Tri-Attack the Execute. All of them one-shots. We haven't lost a single point of damage till we got to the Alakazam, but we haven't got much HP to work with. Now Blastoise is using Hydro Pump. Thankfully, Hydro Pump has got terrible accuracy, and we actually managed to get through first time win. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Now, we need to talk about the league. Lorelei's up first. Her Pokemon are defensively bulky, and they're quite quick as well, some of them. Not a great matchup when we are possibly one of the slowest Pokemon in this entire generation as a glitch Pokemon. I think the Pokemon that are slower, you got the likes of Slowpoke, obviously, because it's in the name. But yeah, Lorelei is going to be difficult. So of course Lorelei starts off with a Dugong, which we love on this channel, we love a Dewey. And thankfully we get good luck against it. It goes for rest, we can get 2 Tri-Attacks in and get the win. Next up is the Cloyster, and 1 Aurora Beam does half damage. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. So let's try this again. We went up to level 71 here. We got decent luck, and now at level 71 we can one-shot that Dugong. And thankfully, you know, Spike Cannon is the best move to be seen against that Cloyster. The Slowbro will pretty much, as long as you get into recovery range, we'll just go for a Super Potion. Jinx using Double Slap is the best thing for us here. And then Lapras, Hydro Pump hits. That's not good. Okay, let's try this again. And we have actually gone up to level 75. Yes, we have massively over-leveled here, and that's so necessary to be able to even tank some hits that come in. We managed to get past the Slowbro without losing any HP. And this time, Jinx goes for Ice Punch, which does half damage on us. Got half damage to work with for the Lapras, but we can outspeed level 77 and take a win with a one-shot Tri-Attack. See, Tri-Attack is a beautiful move for this run. Onix is the very first Pokemon for Bruno, and we're going to show again why he is a trash trainer. Most of his Pokemon can outspeed us though, which is kind of annoying. Thankfully, if Hitmonlee did not go for any attacking moves, and Onix missed its Slam. So we've only got the Machamp to worry about. And we outspeed, so we get a Tri-Attack in for the win. I'm happy with that. By the way, guys, what do you think of the Ditto run that I did last week? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Did you even think it was possible? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, Agatha is a very easy fight for this Pokemon. Because we have Earthquake, we've got super effective damage that will one-shot, and a Pokemon are very defensively weak. So Earthquake being a physical attack and move is going to sweep, and we actually hit level 80 here. We get up so many levels so quickly in this Elite Four run because of the level, like the growth rate that we have. That brings us to Lance. Now Lance is a big problem. He's a very powerful physical attacking trainer, and he outspeeds us with every single Pokemon. So unless we get incredible luck by Slam misses, Hydro Pump misses, we ain't getting to that Aerodactyl without a fight. Tri-Attack is not a one-shot, and Hyper Beam will also be a one-shot regardless of which Pokemon uses it on us. So we went to level 85, we used the last of our rare candies here, and oh my god, it's only now we can outspeed the Dragonairs at level 85. We hit level 86, and wow, that does a lot of damage, but finally Tri-Attack is a one-shot. And this Dragonite just whiffs it and goes for agility. It didn't understand what was in front of it, this glitch Pokemon. And we're finally at the champion for the last time in Gen 1. Let's see how we do against Wacko. I'm so happy that this playlist is nearly done. So, Wacko sends out his Pidgeot for the last time. We're going to use Tri-Attack, and thankfully all he did was go for Mirror Move. Completely whiffed it there. Big Psychic comes from Alakazam, and that's a problem. We've taken a loss. Let's try that again. We are not increasing our levels. We can do it at this level. We're already ridiculously over-leveled as it is, and I'm not happy about that. At this range, Psychic without a critical hit, we can tank it alright. We can use Ice Beam and take down the Rhydon. Arcanine thankfully only goes for Raw. We can outspeed the Executor, so Tri-Attack is a one-shot, and that just leaves the Blastoise, who can tank a Tri-Attack and can outspeed us still. This is a problem. What can we do different? Well, we change our Pixel Sprite and we go back in at the same level. This time, our luck gets incredible. We get all the way past majority of his team without taking any damage until we reach that Arcanine. He uses Ember, the single best move that he could use on us apart from a non-damaging move. We've got a lot of HP to work with here, and then Hydro Pump comes out and leads us on 5 HP, but because of our incredible attack stat, one Tri-Attack is all we need to get that win. And there we go, guys. The Gen 1 Solo Run Challenge on the RetroBrown channel has been completed. 5 Pokemon cannot beat this game. Let's see. 5 hours 31 minutes, level 89. That is incredibly high. Just want to say, if anyone has been here with me on this channel since the very first video when I started solo running, I really appreciate you guys. Please smash that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you for more videos in December next month. Really appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Take care.